The Space Engineers anniversary stream just happened. What did we learn? Honestly, not much. Sorry to say that. Stay tuned for this video where we'll learn some more details about what Keen Software House is currently working on in terms of development for their upcoming games. Yes, I said it, upcoming games. It was written in the newsletter, okay? The anniversary stream was mainly just showcasing VRAGE 3 engine developments. This is the new engine system that Keen are currently developing. Of course, it supersedes Space Engineers, which was developed on the previous version of that engine. Now, the big feature of VRAGE 3 shown off was the grid system, which we'll talk about in just a second. So the anniversary stream was hyped about talking about something important, with Keen telling people they don't want to miss this. Instead, we didn't get much from the stream, which was disappointing. I feel like we may have been teased into this one with a bit of an over-expectancy of something being announced. However, Mark Rosa, the CEO of Keen Software House, has announced that a bigger announcement from Keen will come before the end of the year. There you have it, this stream was just an announcement for an announcement. Great fun. I'm being sarcastic. Still, it is fantastic to hear we'll get some news on something before we finish this year. I'll let you all speculate in the comments what that might mean. I mean, who knows? We've just had a contact update. We'll talk a little bit more about that towards the end of this video, but of course many of you want to hear about VRAGE 3 updates and what's going on there. So the most recently revealed thing was coming from sort of Keen Software House newsletter, and this is in VRAGE 3. Keen have been developing a new grid system for their game engine. How does this work? Well, the unified grid system can combine any size of a block on the same grid. The grid has a 25cm, which is around 10 inches, granularity, and block size spanning from 25cm through 0.5 meter, 2.5 meter, and on, with no upper bound it seems. Block shapes are handled with the same 25cm precision. For instance, a 2.5 meter slope only occupies half of the cubic space, leaving the other half available for further construction. The system adjusts snapping automatically based on the block size you choose, but you're able to manually fine-tune connections with the same 25cm granularity. Hopefully I've not lost you here. This new system you can see on screen right now, and that might explain it a little bit better. To make rotations easier in VRAGE 3, when you hold the control key, rotation hints will appear at the block's position, and you can rotate using the W, S, A, D, Q, E keys when holding control. Now in VRAGE 3, the devs have also added visual cues to help align blocks and show you which cells are being occupied or preventing placement all within the 25cm accuracy. Honestly, this new system's really cool. Now also, the new render material system supports parallax mapping. You might be confused what this means. Basically, it adds texture depth and generates subtle rounded bevels on armor edges and between blocks of different colours. The popular features like line and wall building, copy and paste, and the ability to attach pasted blueprints to existing grids have been retained in the engine, so we can already do similar things like this in Space Engineers, which is built on VRAGE 2. In the VRAGE 3 game engine, you can now do a similar thing. So if I build a sort of like corridor and then I want to copy it and snap it on to save me rebuilding the entire thing, we can still do that. We've been able to do it in SE for a while. It's kind of a cool feature if you're building big structures, or you've just built like, like a corridor and you kind of want to replicate it, just do that. Now Keen is saying that this system will revolutionize the building in their upcoming games. That's literally a direct quote taken from their newsletter. Take note, upcoming games. Now I cannot wait to see what people create with this. They seem to just be scratching a surface with the features of VRAGE 3 for building. We've seen demos of what's going on in the game engine so far. We've seen a new voxel sort of things with the voxel tool and also the asteroid texturing. There's a few videos like that online right now. Definitely go and watch it. I think the asteroids look fantastic. They definitely look better than the ones we currently have in Space Engineers. So it's very cool there. Now, of course, the block system we've just spoke about, which we'll refer to as the unified grid system, it is very similar to the compound blocks that were in Keen's previous game, Medieval Engineers. By the way, if you played Medieval Engineers, let me know in the comments because I've not played it in years. Now, another detail revealed in the Space Engineers anniversary stream is that blueprints will work differently in the VRAGE 3 engine. It seems blueprints in VRAGE 3 will be able to add it to the hotbar. So again, if I build that sort of corridor design, presumably, and this wasn't shown off, it was just sort of said in the live stream of Mark and the live producer Joel or Zockley, basically we'll be able to add them to the hotbar. So I can presume if I build like an engine pod, I can blueprint it, add it to my hotbar, then place it down. Naturally, I presume this would only work in sort of like a creative instance if we're thinking of a game. Again, this is just a game engine right now. There is no current game. Keep that in mind. So that's all we majorly learned from the anniversary stream. Again, it's a bit of a humdinger. I was kind of expecting a bit more from this, particularly as it teased up, but it seems this entire stream, while it was great to look back on 11 years of Space Engineers, it is just a tease for an upcoming stream. So, you know, it's a bit ups and downs. We did learn that Contact is the most successful update in DLC that Keen Software House has ever released for Space Engineers. Players are very happy with it. Even the Space Engineers livestream saw some of its biggest numbers, with many of the community tuning back in. Now, Marek sees Space Engineers as a closed circle, so SE now has a proper game loop compared to when it was first released. I think that's kind of a significant comment. SE being a closed circle, it almost suggests maybe the game is done in a way. I hopefully don't think that's the case. Maybe this future announcement will confirm that, you know, Space Engineers is having like a bigger update and that might be the last. We don't really know what's going on, so hopefully something comes from that in the future. That comment does make me nervous, but also makes me excited. Like, this era of SE could perhaps be closed. The next era is about to start as we go into 2025 and beyond. What do you guys think of that comment, the closed circle comment? Do you think there's more to it or not? Of course, many of you have been asking about the Xbox update for Space Engineers. Keen is still working on it. According to many, the issue lies with Microsoft. Essentially, they're still certifying the update. Interestingly, Marek has said that Keen's team is working on the update, so perhaps there has been a sort of bug of sorts in the game build. Hopefully people will know more details soon, but again, nothing just yet. Of course, Keen is heavily promoting its official newsletter once again, and this sort of links in with the VRAGE 3 updates we spoke about. This does appear to be so that Keen can have more of like a direct connection with the player base instead of relying on social media. Once per month, usually on the 18th of every month, there'll be news for Space Engineers, VRAGE 3, and other items on the agenda, like good AI. There was also a promise that content within the newsletter would be exclusive for 2 weeks. Obviously, unless someone shares it on social media, it's not really an exclusive anymore. Basically, they won't show whatever they feature in the newsletter on their social media within 2 weeks. That doesn't stop people like me or you, if you're creating content or just chatting about it, from sharing it, because it's all unlisted videos anyway, so make of that what you will. And November 18th is going to have a tease of the Keen's content. As someone pointed out, promoting a newsletter in 2024 is kind of hilarious. Even from my point of view as a marketing person, it's kind of funny as newsletters are sometimes seen as outdated content, but hey, if you can make use of them, why not? Now, in terms of this announcement or big reveal that Marek is teasing, we don't have a date for that. It could be in line with the newsletters, so we could see something on November 18th, we could see something on December 18th. It's kind of unknown. They're being very coy about it. Clearly, they want to talk about a lot of VRAGE 3 features. Marek has teased this announcement they're apparently going to make before the end of the year is something a lot of people have wanted. So I will leave it for you guys to speculate. I'm hoping it's more content for Space Engineers and such. I'm also hoping it may have more details on their upcoming games. Like I say, they've deliberately put the upcoming games bit in the newsletter. I'm not sure if that's been in there before, but you know, that's something to talk about in a bit more detail at some point. Let me know what you think of today's sort of anniversary stream. Was you expecting more from it based on the teasers we got, or are you happy with what was said and what was shown off? I probably would have kept the VRAGE 3 video from a newsletter to show off on this stream. That probably would have been a bit more worth it. But hey ho, I'm not in charge of marketing, so not my decision. I've been Captain Jack. I hope you do enjoy watching this Space Engineers video. If I brought you some latest news today, hit that subscribe button. And if not, I will see you in the near future, where maybe we're talking about the next thing for Keen Software House. Who knows? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.